Hey, so I was listening to Mantak Shia talking this morning, and he was talking about the nature of hatred and how we can balance it with love. He said hatred and hastiness, um, these things are within us, and apparently, according to the Tao, we cannot get rid of them. And so he says, don't try to get rid of them. Just balance them by bringing love, joy, compassion to balance it. And it's interesting because I think there's a lot of wisdom in what he's saying, but just due to the paradoxical nature of our reality, it could be misinterpreted. So I wanted to kind of expand on that. So I think what the Tao means by the hatred cannot be eliminated is that at least the way the hatred leaves us is not through us getting rid of it. The only supposed action that we are taking is to bring more love into the equation to balance it, rather than the act of reducing or removing the hatred. And so I like this perspective because it shows the truth to one side of the paradox, one half of the paradox, being that, yeah, if you put yourself in opposition, if you mentally place yourself in opposition to hatred, then that is not going to help your progress. In fact, that is going to hinder your progress whenever you see yourself as in opposition to hatred or hastiness that may arise from within you. And so I think that's the main point he's getting at here, is that we won't be able to eliminate it with some sort of perceived effort or intention to eliminate it, because it's essentially getting caught in a circle. If we have the intention to eliminate the hastiness, well, that is reinforced hastiness right there. That's more hastiness within us that comes up, that wants to eliminate the hastiness, right? It's effort that comes up. That part of us that wants to eliminate the effort is effort. So we can't seek to eliminate the negative, but just seek the positive. But we don't want to get caught up in this doership of being positive, of like doing positive, because that's also a fallacy as well. So there's he describes it as more of a doership of positivity, which I think is useful to an extent, but it can outlive its use at a certain point along the journey. And so just fleshing out the paradox fully here, or attempting to, we can't, we're not doing an action by bringing love into the equation either. The love is already there, and we are just placing our awareness onto the love rather than the hatred or the desire to remove the hatred. That's really the crux of the situation, is that the desire to remove the hatred is still the hatred. And so while we're not exactly doing anything by bringing love into the equation, we're not creating love or making love, we are just changing our glance. We were looking at the hatred, and now we're going to be aware of the love. And so just bringing our awareness back to love, rather than this sort of idea of effortful creation of love, is what eliminates the hatred. Not the intention of eliminating the hatred, just the intention of appreciating love, the nature of our being, that is love. We can just appreciate the fact that the hatred makes us uncomfortable, because it wouldn't make us uncomfortable if we weren't love. If our essence wasn't love, then hatred wouldn't make us uncomfortable. So whenever we see some hatred or hastiness arise within us, we can look on to that with gratitude, because of course our reaction is going to be that that's not what we like. So we can have gratitude for that experience immediately, and that places us into a zone of consciousness that is acceptance rather than resistance. And so, you know, what you resist persists, what you look at disappears. And so if we were to resist the negativity from within us, then yeah, we would just be perpetuating it. It's like fighting fire with fire. You just make a bigger fire. Can't fight negativity with negativity. It just makes a bigger negativity. So we bring love into the equation. As Mantak Chia was saying, the inner smile, smiling inwardly onto parts of the body. He says organs, specifies organs, which is cool. You know, Hinduism would say chakras. And, you know, either way works. Smiling inwardly to parts of your body, if you use an organ to cue it, that's great. That can be a more effective cue sometimes. You never know what will be a more effective cue for you at any moment. So if the inner smile, smiling inwards to some organ helps you, then good, go for that. If you know, oming into a chakra helps, go for that. You could try to combine them too. You can inward smile into a chakra, and I'm sure that would work great too. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about shifting that perspective from fear to love, from I don't like this to okay, I don't understand this, and that and I can like that. I can like the fact that I don't understand this, because I know the truth is that this I don't like this is only from a place of lack of understanding, of ignorance of the whole picture, because any single aspect of reality is necessary for the whole to function. Nothing that you love could exist in the way that it does without the other pieces of the puzzle, the negative things that you don't like, and so that's why, you know, it's kind of illusory. We only don't like it because of our current perspective. So as soon as we relinquish that perspective and realize and accept that we don't know, then that opens the door for gratitude and acceptance, and opens the door for love, and allows us to transmute that energy, transmute it from fear to love, reside in that mind state of gratitude, opening the doors for love that's already there, and it becomes you. Because it is you, but we lose sight of that sometimes. All for fun, just so that we could come to know ourselves by coming back to our true nature, by coming back to love and saying, oh, wow, yeah, I knew I was here, but I just had to go over there for a little while to really appreciate what it's like over here. So, yeah, I think that's good.